So a new shopping centre is opened and 500 new jobs are created. After 2 years, the number of jobs has increased to 700. Assuming that the number of jobs in a shopping centre increases exponentially, work out how many jobs there will be after 5 years of the shopping centre being first opened. So we need to form a exponential equation. We're going to have J is the number of jobs, and that's equal to a constant, which is just our starting value, multiplied by a rate of growth, and that's to the power of t, which is time, because as we go through the years, that rate will be applied to the starting point. So our first bit of information is in the first sentence here. We know that 500 jobs are created when the centre is opened. Well, that's when t is equal to 0. So we can substitute in that into our equation. 500 is the number of jobs when we have our starting value multiplied by the rate to the power of 0, because t is 0 at the starting point. And we know that anything to the power of 0 is just 1. So actually we get straight away that our k, our starting point, is 500. So we start with 500 jobs, and that means that our formula can be written as 500 multiplied by r to the power of t. The second bit of information says that when t is 2, the number of jobs is 700. So we know that 700 equals 500 multiplied by some unknown rate of change, but it's to the power of 2 now, it's squared. So we can use this as an equation and solve it. If we start by dividing by 500 on both sides, we'll get 7 over 5 as a fraction is equal to r squared. And that just comes from 700 divided by 500, and I've just divided the numerator and denominator by 100 to simplify it to 7 over 5. And then if we square root both sides, we will get the square root of 7 over 5 is equal to our rate of change. And if you calculate the square root of 7 over 5, you do get a decimal. It's 1.18. But I don't want to use that just yet, because if I round early in the question, it might make me get a different answer at the end. So I'm going to leave it as the square root of 7 over 5 for now, and just check that I've answered the question. Well, it wants me to work out how many jobs there will be after 5 years. So that's when t equals 5, j will be equal to 500 multiplied by the square root of 7 over 5. That's our rate of change, but this time the power will be 5. And I can put that straight into the calculator, and I'm going to get 500 times square root of 7 divided by 5 to the power of 5, and we get 1159.55. Now these are jobs, so you can't get fractional amounts or decimal amounts of jobs, so you've got to pick a whole number here. The mark scheme will actually allow you to get both 1159 or 1160 as your answer, but it makes sense that if we're looking at the exact point 5 years after the shopping centre is first opened, we've not quite got 1,160 jobs available, so I'd say it's more sensible to give an answer of 1,159 jobs available, but you will get the marks either way.